Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast, Cash Talks. I'm here. I'm here with
Elijah Buchan. Hello, everybody.
Elijah. Where should we know you from?
You guys should know me from my clothing brand, probably Buchan. I'm wearing a t-shirt right now. You're also wearing my hat and my t-shirt. I also my shoes, of course, right here. I've been running the brand for about 4 years now, and so I've gained quite some following on like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So you probably know me from there.
Okay. What inspired you to be an actual brand owner?
Yeah, so it started like 4 years ago, as I said. I think, yeah, there's a picture right here. Bam. This picture was in the beginning of my brand. I was just a young kid, not knowing what I was doing, just making some stuff, just making stuff that I liked. I really liked the brands like Supreme, Yeezy, Off-White, like these like hyped brands, I guess, but I never had money to buy them because they're very expensive. So then I decided to just make my own stuff, as you saw in the picture. And then from one thing came another, and I just kept on making stuff. And then I kept making, I made shoes, I made fleeces and stuff. And then my brand last year really blew up. So yeah, just starting really small and then growing and making more stuff.
That's very inspiring to hear.
Merci.
Why did you choose the name Buchan? Because it's a special name, I would say. For me personally, it is.
So the name Buchan is actually my last name. It's my real last name. So my full name is Elijah Buchan. My dad's from Scotland, and it's a Scottish last name. So yeah, that's.
Is it in Scotland?
easy.
Is it a more well-known name, Buchan?
Mostly people are called Buchanan, like with the extra an. But Buchan is also like a region in Scotland, where like for example Oost-Vlaanderen or something. So yeah, that's where the name comes from, I guess.
And what was like the main idea to start Buchan? What was the main idea? Because we know you were inspired, but what was like the push you got from something or somebody to actually start putting in the hours and giving results?
Yeah, so I always loved creating stuff. I always loved making money. And that combination is exactly what I'm doing at Buchan. So I guess it's always been in me, like from a little child. I loved making and selling stuff, and now I'm doing it for a living, which is really cool. And my real like final inspiration push, I guess, came from that I really wanted to buy like Yeezys or like hyped shoes, but I didn't really have money to do it. So then I decided to just start my own thing and make my own money, and that's really how it came to be.
It's very, very inspiring to hear. Uh, which object in life do you care the most about?
Like a physical object.
Yeah. What's like your main thing? Because it's a basic thing to say like a phone, but pick something from Buchan or that represents Buchan. Like if you say the main product of Buchan is, I would say, the moonlight bunks. But like, what is to your mind basically? What is the best thing you've ever made?
Best thing I've ever made, I guess, are the Buchan fleeces because they sold the most. They're actually right there. Maybe I should take one. Hoppa. This one right here. I find it a really cool fleece because it's like reversible, it's like waterproof on the inside. It also just looks really cool. If I see someone wearing it outside, I just find it a cool fleece. So I think this one, it also made me the most money, so probably it's a little biased. But yeah, I think the fleece. And then like the moonlight bunks are probably second place because they are also very like, really successful Buchan product.
If we're allowed to know, how much did you make from only selling the fleeces? Because I think the fleeces were an exceptionary drop. It was the only product that was dropped, I think. The fleeces.
Yeah, it was like a week full of drops, but yeah, fleeces were dropped like alone on one day.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. The week where you dropped every day, you dropped an item.
Yeah.
Tell me, how did you get on the idea?
Yeah. So Black Friday week, I called it. At the beginning of the week, I dropped the €1 shoes, like actual dropping shoes for only €1. People went totally crazy. But of course, like making money from shoes, from €1 shoes, you don't make a lot of money. You lose money actually. So you can't really build a big business of it. So the next day we did a giveaway with influencer Gerben Tuurlings. like my biggest giveaway yet. It also went really viral. So there were a lot of eyeballs on my brand at the moment. And then the day after, I dropped the fleeces. And then this was our first product in the week that really made money. And it made a lot of money because we sold our 400 fleeces in about like 10 or 15 minutes, which was crazy to see. They cost about 125 per piece. So on Shopify, you saw like the Shopify map, the typical like the globe, and it was like I think like 40 or 50K in like 10 minutes, which was insane to see. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And the best thing is I never expected this to happen. My fleeces, I guess they would go well, but not, of course, not that well. I never would have expected this. And then people kept asking for more fleeces. So the next day we opened the pre-order. Again, 400 fleeces gone. And then this was Thursday, and on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like every day we just sold so many fleeces. It was crazy. At the end of the week, we sold about like almost 2,000 fleeces, I guess. Yeah, so it was crazy.
I've got a little thing to say about the Black Friday week.
Okay.
I actually was competing in the giveaway.
Okay. Okay.
I was with 3 phones, a laptop, and a iPad. I was in queue to buy the Eurobunks
Okay. Damn.
because I like them so much. For the fleeces drop, I was too late. I was on vacation that day. So I actually
bad.
went in. I think they dropped at 6.
Yeah.
At 6:30, I joined, and I saw everything was sold out.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
It was absolutely insane.
Yeah, that was the craziest week of my life, I guess. Yeah, it was crazy.
And as you said, you made about 45, 50,000 euros in like
per day.
in per day. It's actually insane to realize that.
Yeah, it was
And
crazy.
how old are you right now?
I'm 20. Yeah.
So as a 20-year-old, self-made, started from the ground up.
Yeah.
You have become this. How does that make you feel? Because I think it should be special.
Yeah. So the thing is, it feels nice when it goes really well. For example, that week. But like the past month was kind of a bit slower. Like not as much sales, of course, as the fleeces because it's like summer season. We need to make summer pieces, and I haven't dropped in like quite a while. So you would expect me to always feel like dopamine maxed out, but of course if you're not selling, like it's also just a normal day. Of course you just work on the website, you like make some new pictures or something. So these days are also just there, and they're not, of course, not as exciting as like, for example, the big drops. But in general, I'm really happy with the brand and with everything I'm doing. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm doing what I love, so that's the best thing. I'm making some money with it, so yeah.
That's actually so inspiring to hear as somebody who wants also to make their own clothing brand. Talk about that.
You want to make a brand?
I want to make a brand.
Okay.
I am logged in with the email. You know what I'm talking about, probably?
With the starter kit, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you've got something. You're selling, not selling, I think, a course, how to start your own brand.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Brand Academy, I started about like 2 months ago, I guess, because people always ask me, like for the past 4 years, I've always, like almost every day, got DMs like how to start a brand, where do I find manufacturers, and like all this like general brand advice. People always ask me that, and of course I can't just answer all the DMs every day because it's just time consuming and it's not really, there's nothing in it for me. So then I decided to make YouTube videos. That's also about like 2 years ago I started making YouTube videos, mostly teaching people how to start a brand. And people just kept asking me how to do it, and asking me for like one-on-one coaching sessions and stuff, but I'm not really the biggest fan of those. So then I decided to, when my big mentor, or now how do you call it, my big inspiration, Alex Ramosi, like made a platform called School. It's like a platform to make your own online communities, like paid communities or free communities. When I saw that he did that, I was immediately down to also make a school community for like starting a brand. So in January, I guess, I started making like videos for the course, like step by step, how truly everything, how to make a brand, like from making a logo and a name, until like selling out your first drop, just the entire process of your brand. And I made it. I also have my best manufacturers in there, also some great designers in there, and like some templates you can use. And there's also like a section for the members to chat with each other. For example, I see a lot of them asking advice, like they're sending a design in the chat and they're asking how to make it better and stuff. So that's Brand Academy basically. I also do like weekly calls, and there's like 10 to 50 people showing up in the calls and asking me a bunch of questions, and it's always just a bit of fun. So I'm really hyped that I did it, and I'm keeping this month actually. I'm gonna do like some special event. I'm gonna do video every week, and I'm gonna push Brand Academy even more. So yeah, Brand Academy. It's been a great 2 months so far, but I'm gonna build it even faster and bigger and everything. Yeah.
Guys, you can also find the link to Brand Academy in the description of the video, of course.
Let's go.
Because Elijah wanted to do this. I'm very inspired by you. I've actually been following you for I think almost 2 years now.
Okay, damn.
So it was before the Gent meetup
Okay.
when you were throwing out I think the first fleeces.
Yeah,
No.
I guess in September I was doing a meetup, I guess, or I don't know, I don't remember.
The
Yeah,
first
I've done a few.
the first one with like the group of people in front of the famous clip of it is with like the steps in a park.
Yeah.
That one before that video I was following you already. So
Okay, damn.
so
Quite a
I've been
while.
following
Yeah.
for a long time. I've been inspired. And about inspiring, why? Because you don't often do collabs with other brands or people. The last drop was with Deuxième Origine,
Yes.
where my T-shirt comes from.
Yeah.
You also dropped a special shoe slash
Slipper shoe. Yeah.
slipper. Yeah. We'll put a photo of it on screen for everyone to see. How did you get on the idea of creating that shoe?
Yeah. So multiple things. First of all, you know the brand Cortez.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made like a shoe, like it's called like I don't know what the name is again, but like a special type of shoe similar to that, like some kind of slipper slash shoe. And also the North Face made something similar as well. So we really wanted to make some kind of footwear, but we didn't want to make just normal like shoes like these. So we decided to make like slippers first, but then we had like slippers feel cheap, so we want to make like something with puff in it, like for example the North Face like jackets. So then all of the inspiration together, we made the first version of the shoe, which was really bad at first. It also had it was somewhere here. I can show it later. It's really shitty. But then we changed the design a bit. We changed like for example here there was no heel part first. It was just like a slipper. But then we added it to make it feel more like a shoe. And so yeah, this idea became reality, and we made it. Yeah.
So about what you just said, the last thing, can you repeat it one more time?
Ideas turned into physical form.
How did you get on that slogan? Because it's special.
Yeah.
You have it all around your office. We see it all around your pages. How did you get on that, basically?
Yeah. So the creative process is all about. It starts with a small idea. For example, your podcast as well started with a random idea probably, and then you're putting in the work, like turning it into, and then physical form. Once a podcast goes live, for example, it's like becomes reality. It's the same quote as like turning your dreams into reality, but a bit less cringy. So that's basically how I came up with the ideas turned into physical form quote. Just making everything starts in my head and then it becomes eventually reality, like a shoe, for example. And that's also the reason I didn't go to school to study like a higher education, I guess, because I went to product design, like the info day, I guess. And the people we had to make some designs, but we would never make them into reality. So it was only staying in the ideas part, and you have to like design ideas, but they would never become reality because you couldn't. There wasn't. It was not allowed to like manufacture it or make it or something. It was not part of the subject. So that's why I didn't go to school, and I just wanted to make my own stuff because the entire process. That's why what I love so much. Yeah.
Who is your most favorite employee that you're working with?
Damn.
I told you we were gonna get spicy.
My favorite employee, I would guess Kilian, because he's my shipping guy, and he saved me the most amount of time because, of course, shipping stuff out every day takes a lot of time, especially if you do like big drops like a fleece, for example. So I guess he's also like a bit older, so a bit more like mature in his like thinking and stuff. And we're also starting, by the way, a new business together soon called Sold. It's gonna be like a resale platform. but more on that later. So yeah, I guess Kilian. Yeah.
I think you have said something wrong here. Somebody's gonna get really mad at you.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm
in
not
Bram.
talking directly about employees because we also know. I think he's one of the product designers, Bram.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, he personally is gonna hate you a little bit,
yeah. Nah,
but
he made the fleeces, so
he made the yeah, okay, fair.
it already some shout outs to him. Yeah.
But your girlfriend, she also works for you technically. Yeah?
Not yet.
It surprised me kind of that you didn't mention her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't really consider her an employee. That's why.
Okay.
I consider her more like a partner, literally, and also just like we also have like some other business together, like her own business, and I'm doing like the more the logistical side of, I guess, like the making the product actually, and like shipping it and stuff, and she makes the content around it, and we brainstorm ideas together. So I don't really consider her an employee yet, but gonna become like more of an employee soon, since she's gonna make content with me. But for now, it's more like a bit separate. So yeah, not really yet. Soon.
Okay. How do you go around with the balance of work and your private life? Because
Hmm.
you definitely need a balance in it. Everybody has it. Like we go to school, we work, and I do content creation, YouTube on the side. How do
Yeah,
you do it with Buchan? Because Buchan is currently not directly in his prime, but for the last 4 years, it has been in his prime right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like, how do you get your balance so good? Because you seem really relaxed. You've probably been here for hours already in the office. You are 24/7 working. You mentioned already.
Yeah.
There's always a piece of your mind like in Buchan. So how do you get your balance? How do you always stay so calm? Because you look so relaxed.
Yeah, yeah.
When I'm
So
working on something, I'm stressed out.
yeah,
So how
yeah,
do you
yeah.
do it?
Yeah, so I think the main thing is that I just love what I'm doing. And also that's the best thing is I can choose what I do. So if I don't really want to make a certain product, I can just tell fuck it, I'm not gonna do it. Of course I'm stressed in some occasions when there's like a drop coming up, or when some shit goes wrong. For example, a manufacturer is delayed or something stupid like that. It always happens. So I'm stressed a lot of times, but like in the general days, I guess it's just quite chill. I'm just doing what I love. And work-life balance, I don't really see it like a balance, but I just work whenever I can, and when I don't feel like it, I just don't, and I just go to the gym or something, or like play a game or something. I don't know, but and also like family friends time also important. I just plan it in somewhere. I love to see like someone pretty much every day. Doesn't have to be long, but just like an hour, like talking with a friend or something. I also gym with a friend, which also helps to just have some social contact. Um, but yeah, just working whenever I can.
Because as you just said, you go out to the gym with a friend,
Yeah.
and so I think also a big thing about having your own company, about your brand, is that because you have to work so many hours sometimes. And do you always sit here alone, or are you a lot of times with like one of the employees, like Lucas, Bram? How
Um,
are you working alone most of the time? Basically, that's the question.
yeah, these days I'm working quite often alone, since most of the employees have exams. So yeah, they can't come. But I like to have someone come at least every week to just work with me on something. Bram is coming like in 2 days, just to like brainstorm some ideas and like have some samples, like review some samples. So yeah, it's pretty much that. But also, I call with Kilian pretty much every day to just discuss some updates on the new business we're building, and also if there's like some issue with an order or something, we just discuss it real quick. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I also call my girlfriend pretty much every day just to discuss stuff from her business and just girlfriend stuff. So yeah, my thing. But yeah, but I also love to work alone. I'm not like, I don't need people around me always. I would hate it actually. So yeah, just a bit of balance.
Okay, so you're kind of like a mixed introvert extrovert person.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
can
I,
I can
I
relate
I'm
to that.
I'm really much an extrovert. I really love being with people and talking to people, but I also really love just working alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, just focus. Yeah.
How do you get like your constant progress in your company, but in a good way?
Hmm. Yeah, so just always like seeing what's wrong and what can be improved, and just improving on that. And also, I also always have like a notes, like a to-do notes or something, and I just always scribble down some stuff if I have thoughts about like something that can be better or some content idea or something, then I always just scribble it down. And just being consistent as well, also important. Even when the videos don't get a lot of views or when your sales are a bit down, just keep making content, keep making stuff, and eventually it'll pick up again. So yeah, that's pretty much my tactic.
Is there a sample that you got here in the office or got on your computer that you think like, shit, why the fuck didn't I drop that? Is it like
Uh,
one item that you were like, why the fuck was I so stupid to not think about dropping that?
no, I don't think so. Everything that I really liked, I just dropped. So there's nothing that I really kept like aside or something. There's some stuff that I'm glad I never dropped. For example, these shoes here. These are really weird, so I'm glad I never dropped them. But yeah,
Wait, can I hold them? They look.
yeah, they're crazy.
They are low-key hard. I'm not even gonna.
I don't know, man.
It's a bit too much hair, but it's
It
kind of
should
hard.
be shaven a bit. Yeah.
It's hard. It's something special.
Yeah, I guess a bit too special, I think. Yeah, so everything that I really wanted to drop, I just dropped. And if I didn't drop it yet, it's probably dropping like this month or something. So yeah.
That's special. Not special. I don't know. I'm not good at like explaining it, but it's the shoe. Now I see it. It reminds me of a question. What does it say here? Um,
Jason Till.
exactly. How did you collab with Jason Trill?
Yeah, so
That was
Jason
actually
Till.
my question that I was gonna ask just when I saw that.
Ah, yeah, perfect. Yeah, Jason Trill. I'm gonna give a little backstory. He's like a Dutch rapper from the Netherlands, and he like blew up like about 5 years ago, I guess, with like "Roze Swoosh, Scrip Je Bitch," like songs like that. Like and he like really blew up. Every song that he made just got millions of likes and views on YouTube. So yeah, it was crazy. And I was a really big fan of him when I was like 15, 16. So like 2 years ago, I guess, I messaged him like 1 year ago, I guess, and I asked him like, "Yo, could it be possible to? Would you be down to make shoes together? Just an Instagram DM, easy." And then like a week later, he answered like, "Yeah, let's fucking do it." So really easy, actually, just sending him DM and just waiting for a response and hoping he to respond, and he did. So yeah, easy.
Are you proud of your collab with Jason?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, yeah. He's not really as relevant anymore these days as he was like 5 years ago, but he's still like a hero of mine, like from I was when I was younger. So it was really cool to just make something together. Also, we did two pop-ups, one in the Netherlands, one in Belgium, and they both went crazy, and a lot of people showed up, which was yeah really cool. Yeah, good stuff.
Okay, let's talk numbers. The
Okay,
podcast is called Cash Talks, of course. The podcast where we talk about brand owners with
okay,
brand owners.
okay.
So, how much did you make to this day in revenue?
Ooh, interesting. Like about 2 months ago, I hit the million milestone.
Congratulations on that.
Thanks. So I guess today to be like 1,040K or something, 1,050K, something like that. So a bit above a million.
So basically, your daily rate is about 1.5, 2,000 euros a day. If my calculations are correct, which
I
they
guess.
probably are not.
Yeah, I guess. Well, it's of course on drops much more.
Yeah, of
It
course.
goes a bit like this, and then on the normal days like a little bit less, and then on the drops it's like insane. So yeah, I guess.
Have you got some new products coming out this month or next month that we can show in video?
Yes. Yeah, depending on when this video drops, I've just released or I'm gonna just release this football jersey right here. I find it a really nice product, especially because it fits the moonlight bunks really well. So I'm also gonna release, by the way, the moonlight bunks again.
You're gonna
So
release them again?
yeah. Since
Okay.
they went a version 2, like a bit different. But moonlight.
Give me
I'm
one
gonna
in a
show you
size
again.
42. I need them.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
so much people. You don't know. We're talking about this off camera also. I love these shoes actually. I think they
Yeah.
look so good. And
Yeah.
do you want to tell something about the shoes? The everything it does, or
Of course, yeah. These shoes, they have like a glow-in-the-dark sole, which is really cool. So in the summer nights, for example, you can like glow in the dark. Let's go. Then you also have a zipper in the tongue for like the festivals or whatever you want to use it for. As you can see, and of course the special all over colorway. I also just really love this colorway. Is this if you have an all black fit or like something pretty neutral like you're wearing right now, then Moonlight Bunk to spice it up would be perfect. So yeah,
Neutral is a big word, I would say, because you dropped with Deuxième. We talked about this already.
yeah,
I'm wearing one of the 40 shirts. I think they're
yeah.
dropped.
It was limited.
Yeah. I think. Do you know how many pieces you sold of shirts in store in Antwerp? Because they only
Mhm.
dropped on Saturday
Yeah,
in Drop Days Antwerp.
yeah, exactly.
They might be coming on the podcast soon.
With
I'm
dildos.
I'm talking with the owners,
Okay, so
so that would look very fire.
okay,
And
sowieso.
talking about the shirt, how much revenue did you make on all of the drop with Deuxième? Because we know it's two companies,
Hmm.
so it probably gets split 50-50, or
Yeah.
did it get split 50-50 or 40-60? How does that go
Yeah,
into
yeah,
work?
yeah. So it depends on like the person you're working with and how the roles are divided, I guess. For example, Jason Till, I did much more work for the collab than he, so he got a lower percentage. And for example, the Yemix Buchan, we just did 50-50 work and 50-50 revenue. So actually, the drop didn't go super insane. I thought we'd be crazier. Maybe the audiences didn't match that well, but we made about like I guess 10K or 20K of that drop or something. So it was okay, but
It
not like
didn't. It didn't go super good. Made
yeah,
20K in a
yeah,
fucking day.
it's not the
That's.
craziest. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it was okay.
It sounds so surreal to me, the fact that you're saying
But yeah,
like
it also
10
costs a
to
lot to do.
20K revenue. It's still revenue, guys. We don't have to forget it. It's not the profit margin. He doesn't get 20 grand in your fucking bank account.
Nah, I wish.
Was it 20 grand in your cut or in total? Because then
Um,
if it's 20 grand and it's your piece, you actually made 50,000
no, it was a total. Yeah,
total. So basically you got 5 or 10,000 of that.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
If you're allowed to know, how much do you pay for shipping one product?
So a random question, but I pay like my Kilian, my logistics person, I pay €3 per package, and then I also pay the shipping cost itself, the label, which is like about 550 something like that. So in total, I pay about like €8 for shipping in Belgium, of course. In
Yeah.
other countries, it's a bit more, but yeah, about €8. Yeah,
Okay.
and on my website it says 4.99, I guess. So people actually make a bit of profit on the shipping, but yeah, it's calculated in the total price.
How much profit? What's your percentage that you make on every product? Give us like a guess, because I know it
Mhm.
can vary from moonbugs to this T-shirt. It will definitely
Yeah.
vary.
Yeah, it's about times three always. So for example, if I buy something for €10, I sell it for 30. If I buy it for 25, I sell it for 75. Just times three to cover all the marketing costs and all that and the giveaway costs and stuff.
Okay, so basically it's 33% margin you get, or
Uh,
how can we see it?
I guess you call it 60, like near 200%, I guess, because
No,
higher.
but like your profit margin that you get into your bank account at the end of the
Yeah,
month.
about 33. Yeah, about 1/3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people can already start calculating in the comments how
Yeah.
much do you make.
Yeah.
If you want to answer that, you can. If you don't want to answer that you personally make, if you want to give an estimate, it's good. If you don't want to answer it,
Mm.
completely fine, because I know
You mean
that's
my
very
my
private.
personal?
Yeah, you personally, how much do you get? Well,
Yeah. So
better say, how much do you pay yourself each month?
yeah. So when I say on Instagram, for example, that I made 1 million in revenue and stuff, people expect that I'm a millionaire.
Yeah,
But and I also pay myself 1 million, like 1 million in like bank transfers or
yeah,
something. But actually, the reality is really much different because of course there are a bunch of taxes in Belgium, especially
yeah,
there are a lot of different taxes you have to pay. So actually, I pay myself the lowest possible each month actually, and now it's a bit higher because I'm probably gonna buy a house soon, which needs like higher money for the loan and for the bank and stuff.
yeah.
But once I can, I'm gonna lower it down like to as low as I possibly can, which is like €1,200 or something. Because of course, if you have your own if you
Oh,
have your own payment to yourself, like if it's high, if, for example 10K a month, then you're gonna pay a fuckload of taxes. So you always have to keep it just low as possible, because of course you can also just I can buy my stuff, for example my phone, my laptop, everything I use these days, for example this office, is all bought on the company expenses, which means that yeah, I can deduct it from my taxes and stuff. I pay less taxes if I buy stuff. So actually, it's better to buy lots of iPhones than to pay myself
yeah.
yeah, a good fee, salaries. I say yeah, salary based.
You also say you do content creation. You also make YouTube videos. Channel
Yeah,
link also will be in the description, of course.
subscribe.
Um,
Road to
yeah, guys.
10K, 100K, 100K,
Yeah, exactly. Because I think you're at 10K already,
almost
or
like
almost. Yeah.
7.5
Wish
or
I was
something.
there. Wish I was there. But yeah. So because we were talking about the wages, how much you pay yourself each month. That's actually interesting because what do you want Buchan to be your main stream of income for until you die?
No, 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 no. I really, I'm just an entrepreneur at heart. So I really want to keep building businesses and stuff. For example, with Kilian, I already said it multiple times. I'm building something new, and I think that if it goes well, then that will really make me like now I made a bit of money with Buchan. That will make me like filthy rich, I guess. So that would be crazy if it works out. Of course,
Yeah.
there's a chance nothing works. So yeah, not gonna yeah. And I also have Brand Academy, of course, which makes about a little bit of money, and YouTube channel, of course, which makes money. So I really want multiple income streams just to have like a security, I guess. For example, if the hype dies down, or if I'm not really motivated anymore to do it, then I still have some other types of income streams. So no, I don't really want Buchan to be the main income stream, but I would love Buchan to really become a legit brand, I guess, to just live on after me if I don't really want to work on the brand anymore, like that my brother maybe can do it, or someone else. That would be really nice. So yeah, not really. Nah, no.
So we were just I mean you just said like the end of Buchan basically. Where
Yeah.
do you want to end with Buchan? What's like your end goal? Do you always want to stay an exclusive brand, or do you want to be always in every retailer and online on like platforms like Zalando or in store like C&A, Zara,
Hmm.
H&M?
Yeah, yeah,
What's
yeah.
like your main end goal that you want to achieve with Buchan?
Mhm. So yeah, it would be really cool to just have one main store in probably in my hometown Ghent here. It would be really cool. Just if people want to visit it, they can. That would be really nice. And then having like some exclusive retailers, like for example Drip Drops in Antwerp. I now have like 4, 5 people retailing my brand. So I would really love to have more of these across just Europe and maybe USA one day. That would be really cool. And then just keep dropping stuff, have like a bigger team, because now the team is not that big yet. It's like 4 people, I guess. So having like a really big team would be cool, like 20 people or something, and just crank out new collections, new drops, and stay always stay a bit exclusive, but not like Buchan is not super exclusive these days anymore. But like having like a nice mix of like special drops, like for example the €1 things, and then the more like general like essential stuff. So yeah, that would be really cool. And then just growing it and just having some nice recurring revenue, and just having like a medium sized brand. And I have no ambitions to become like a Nike sized brand or like Supreme sized brand, but like having like 1 million followers or something would be cool. Like medium.
You're on a solid way to 1 million followers, you know that?
Yeah, yeah, I guess. Yeah,
Because I think your main personal account is currently at almost 60K, I believe.
yeah, 60K. Yeah.
So that's very special because you mentioned in the YouTube video that you just dropped how it all started and how you basically grew in a few weeks to 60K to
Yeah, that was
50K.
crazy.
Yeah, tell us about that
Yeah,
because that's
so
something we didn't mention yet.
yeah, so that was the entire like the €1 bunks stunt, I guess. So I dropped this video on YouTube. Maybe you can put it in here. And
To put it in there,
basically,
we can grab like the Eurobunk right now.
so yeah, these are the €1 bunks. I got the idea for them when I was just randomly in Portugal with some family, and I was just thinking like, what can I do to make my brand grow big, and just to create like a viral moment, I guess. So I decided to make shoes for €1. just as like something that people wouldn't believe. For example, I made t-shirts for 10 euros the year previous, and they worked really well. So I thought what would be even crazier than that. So I thought making shoes for €1 would be insane. But of course, shoes cost a lot of money to make. So making shoes for €1 was kind of a gamble for me. So that's why I made this video on Instagram saying that I would only make them if I would get 50k followers. And my reasoning was that if I got 50k followers, I probably would make some money of those followers that would cover my cost of the shoes. So then I dropped the video online. I wasn't expecting too much, to be honest, because I was expecting like maybe a few thousand followers here and there. But what happened next was insane. I got like 20, 30k followers in about 2 weeks, which was crazy. I more than doubled my following in no time. Even my personal account like 5x in following, like was at 10k and at 50k in like 2-3 weeks, which was insane to see. And then of course I had to make them, so I made them. Yeah, and then the Black Friday week happened, and then the circle is around. Yeah.
It's very special. The shoe also itself, does this one have some cool features like the moonlight bunk, or is it just
Of course, the metallic finish is like a pretty special feature. You don't see it too often because I really wanted it to look a bit like a coin. So here you see the €1 coin. I also you see the blue, of course. I wanted to represent like Europe a bit, like Euros, Europe, Europa, pa, let's go.
Yeah,
and
I was just gonna ask you a question about that,
it
but we'll
fits
get that
about
later.
Europe. And also the €20 bill is blue and it's the most used bill in the Europe. So that's why I made it blue as well. So yeah, a bit of like Euro features, I guess, in here. And then here also in the tongue is pretty cool. This crazy idea got turned into physical form. Also just a spin on my original quote. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Now that you just said Europapa, you are still busy, I think, for about 6 months almost,
Yeah.
with contacting Joost Clan.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
Why didn't it work? Because you've got a big ass following.
Yeah. But Joost Klein is not a level.
Yeah, but if you think about it, the Belgian creator scene, because I would call you also a creator because you make content and you go
Yeah.
very viral a lot of times on Instagram and TikTok. Why don't you try and contact one of his friends?
I
Like,
did. I tried everything, man.
who did you contact? What's the
I
biggest
contacted
name?
I contacted Tantu Beats, and he replied to me. It's his main producer, and he
Yeah.
said he told me we had some DMs of, like over and weer, um, and it came like he couldn't really fix a meeting or something. So I contacted his manager, Joost manager. He was actually very excited about the idea, and he said that it would be possible, but was a very busy period for the Eurovision festival and stuff. So we didn't have time at the moment, but now Joost has like blown up like crazy. So now they probably never have time. So yeah, Joost Klein, it's a work in progress. Yeah.
I might be able to help you with that progress, but we'll talk about it off camera. We might
Okay.
see it in one of your
Spannend.
videos. So, because Joost Klein is, of course, a very big name, why did you choose Joost and not like, I'm just saying something, Visa Asbak or Parsalicious or some very other big names?
Yeah.
Why Joost Klein specifically?
Yeah. So I already made shoes for ACID and also for Average Drop.
You did.
Yeah, and I gave them to them as well. So that was really cool. And I always want to one up the person that I gave it to. So ACID was like the first like big, like really big name, of course. And then I guess Average Drop is like a bit like more famous than ACID.
Yeah.
So then wanted to one up Average Drop even more. So then I thought, Joost Klein, let's get it. And also I just find him a cool like person in general. This is style and his vibe and stuff. And also love his music as well, like rock music and all these tunes. So then I decided to make shoes for him. And also in the comment section, everybody said Joost Klein. So yeah.
Okay, that's special again. It's about I'm just asking myself like how do you stay inspired? How do you get these ideas?
Mm. Mostly by talking to people, and also by just challenging myself, I guess, to do stuff. Because I really, if I lay on like a beach or something for a few days, I'm just bored as fuck, and I can't have it. So I just need to stay active and keep doing stuff. Otherwise, I just get bored. Yeah.
If you want to do the meetup with Joost, to drop him off the shoes. Do we have them in here? Currently?
There.
Are we
Yes,
allowed
they-
to? Are we allowed to show them?
You're allowed to show them, of course. Yes, sir. Use Kleinbunks. Let's change it up.
Again, we got a whole entire shoe collection with people.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us.
Yes, so these are the Joost Kleinbunks. I made them almost a year ago, actually, when Joost wasn't that famous yet. And now he's just like going to the moon. So yeah, crazy. And the sole is like a really special sole because Joost, of course, has like a kind of special style. So I didn't want to make like a standard sole for him. So I made this like weird, like cool sole. Also, of course, his name, Joost Klein. On the other shoe it says Droom Groot. And then it has some details, for example, 1983 here, Joost's like slogan, I guess.
Yes, one of the more better performing songs actually.
Yeah, and yeah, just something he says a lot.
Yeah.
And then here, Droom Groot as well, and the tongue. So yeah, the Joost Kleinbunks. There they are.
Okay. Well, Elijah, thank you for coming on the podcast. It was very nice talking to you.
Nice being the first guest. Yes.
Always welcome. If you want to do something again, you got something for me, a challenge,
Okay.
hit me up.
Guys, be sure to subscribe to Mr. Right Here. What's your podcast gonna be called? Okay, guys, doesn't matter what the channel is called, just subscribe. Yeah.
Okay, guys, you heard it from Elijah. Please subscribe. Drop a comment on the video. Give us also a like. Follow me on Instagram.
Me at Elijah Buchan, of course, on all platforms.
Follow me on Instagram at 20aquaman. So everybody, thank you guys for watching so much. I hope to see you guys soon in a new video. Let's go.
Bye bye.